Jimmy Garoppolo is expected to sign with the Raiders. We're just getting word now about that. So, look, we knew that the Raiders were going to target him. Josh McDaniels, the head coach there, obviously spent time with Jimmy Garoppolo when he was with the New England Patriots. So this was actually a really big domino to fall here, Hannah, because the situation stands where the New Jets are waiting for the decision made by Aaron Rodgers. And the backup plan for New York has been Jimmy Garoppolo. So without knowing what Aaron Rodgers was doing, they're kind of waiting right now. Well, guess what? Their backup plan is now going to Las Vegas with Josh McDaniels. So Jimmy Garoppolo expected, obviously we know he spent all those years in San Francisco, so he'll get his opportunity there because we know not a lot of quarterbacks on that Raiders roster. Right.
What is good, YouTube world? It's Coffee. Back at it, man. Just an update, man. NFL offseason about to officially get underway. A lot going on, a lot transpiring. And you hear that report there. Jimmy Garoppolo is off to the Raiders. It still never feels right saying Las Vegas, right? I always want to say Oakland, you know what I mean? And then we got Rodgers. He says it won't be long until his decision is made. And you also heard in that report, that Rodgers, who the talk has been the Jets a lot, and there was also the Raiders mentioned the Jets backup plan, I guess, was Jimmy G, but now he's with the Raiders. I don't know. What do you guys think is going to go down with Aaron Rodgers? It's real interesting. Just a lot of different scenarios playing out in my head, with a lot of these teams who have been a decent squad or may just have had struggles, who add a different QB under center, could things switch up? Derek Carr wasn't a slouch. Obviously, we know he's off to the Saints, but it's just crazy to think he never won a playoff game with the Raiders, So when it all comes down to it, that's all that matters. If you can't get the job done, it is what it is. All my fellow Bills fans, this is something everyone's tripping about lately, with the Bills, different guys hitting free agency. Obviously, we got a lot of talent. We're a great team, but we can't get over that hump. And to a lot of fans, they're sick. They're mad. I'm not in that boat. I'm still optimistic. I'm not buying into all the negative hype. But we did now hear one of these guys who's been being discussed a lot when it comes to my Bills, with contract negotiations and everything is gone. And that's Tremaine Edmonds signing with the Bears. I think that's a huge pickup for the Bears. The Bears also were just in the headlines a lot, trading that number 1 pick. Just a lot going on, man. It's exciting in this offseason. You know what I mean? All you fans out there, jump in the comments. Let me know who your team is. Let me know where you think some of these big players are going to land, going to sign. Let me know who your team is, who you guys may be targeting or who you want to see go, etc. With my Bills, though, I'm very glad that we were able to sign an extension for linebacker Matt Milano. His contract, I think, was going to be up after the 2024 season, I believe, but now we got him signed all the way through to 2026. I love the way that dude plays. He's always seems to be in the right place at the right time. He's great in coverage. He's quick on his feet. That's big. I'm hyped about that. Back to with Jimmy G, though. Shout out to my bro Jay Millie and all the Niner fans out there. It's a very interesting situation with the Niners. Great team. Just had an amazing push. And, for a while, there's, been that wonder what's going to happen at the quarterback position. No one could stay healthy. Jimmy G was hurt a lot. Obviously, now he's gone. I think Jimmy G still has some game left in him with the Raiders. I really believe so. But, Jimmy G would be hurt. Trey Lance got hurt. Brock Purdy comes in and just shines like a star. And then he gets hurt in the playoffs and, in a huge game. It's just been insane for the Niner fans. And then now to start their season off, I believe Purdy is still going to be recovering with that surgery and everything. So that'll be an interesting situation to pay attention to. But I'm going to close this video out and leave you guys with this other report that I wanted to share to you guys about the AFC. and, you know, the quarterbacks and some other possible moves that may be going on and everything like that. So again, let's talk. Want to hear your guys' take on all these different free agency moves and, you know, big players, the big watches, you know, the Rodgers watch and everything. Let's talk about it all below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned. You know, we drop music, news, sports, videos. We talk about it all. That's just what we do over here. We coffee talk it up. So if you're new, subscribe. But again, I want to hear everyone's thoughts. Things is really heating up with the NFL offseason just officially starting. But here we go with that other report, y'all.
The road to prosperity ain't that damn difficult. I'm talking about in comparison to the AFC. Of course, it's difficult overall, but it's not difficult compared to the AFC. When we think about the NFC, okay, it was great to see Jalen Hurts do what he did this year, no doubt about that, and he has arrived. There's no doubt about that. Dak Prescott, still some question marks. Tom Brady's gone. Drew Brees is gone. Jimmy Garoppolo, for crying out loud, because he did win games in San Francisco, he's gone. You got Brock Purdy there, or Trey Lance there. You're wondering what that situation is going to materialize into. We look at that. We saw Detroit, even though they didn't make the playoffs, they're on the come up. We see some young talent, but it's still Jared Goff there. You've got a lot of question marks in the NFC. You look in the NFC, of course, Derek Carr is now in New Orleans. With that defense, you expect some things, but Derek Carr hasn't even won a playoff game in his 9 years in the NFL as a quarterback. Not entirely his fault, but the truth is the truth. When you look at the NFC, that's what you see. When you look in the AFC, you see Josh Allen. You see Justin Herbert. Of course, you see Patrick Mahomes before you see any of them. You see Joe Burrow. You see potentially Lamar Jackson. We're assuming he's coming back, obviously, to Baltimore or somebody in the AFC. That's what we surmise. We look at these names at the quarterback position. Let's not forget Deshaun Watson, because we all know he can ball. Last year was an aberration. He was suspended, comes back. Obviously, he got to get his legs under him and all of this other stuff. Hadn't played football in nearly 2 years, but we expect him to be better this year. And, of course, there's Tua Tagovailoa. And so when you look in the AFC, and then Russell Wilson in Denver, because now he's got Sean Payton. So you're just looking at all of these different things that have materialized within the AFC conference. If Aaron Rodgers goes to the AFC and Aaron Rodgers goes to the New York market and Aaron Rodgers takes a New York Jets franchise, assuming he lands there, he takes a New York Jets franchise that hasn't been to a Super Bowl since 1969, when Broadway Joe Namath was the star. If Aaron Rodgers goes to that franchise, that market, in that conference, even in that division, which is the AFC East, and he ends up winning a Super Bowl, I mean, you talk about something that just offsets all of the criticism that has been aimed in his direction in recent memory. That would certainly do it.